Hello friends, I am Madhurima Sharma. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a part of last video. Today I will discuss some important points related to theories of social change. Hope you watched my last video in which I explained concept of social change and types of theories of social change. In this video, I will discuss some of the thinker of social change theory, some books related to that and concept which they have given. Let's begin. So important points related to theories of social cultural changes. First is C.H. Saint-Simon and Auguste Comte put an evolutionary idea of social development as a sequential progression of organic societies representing increasing level of advancement. Here organic society views society as an organism that emerges and evolves gradually over time in order to meet the need of its member. And they have given 3 stages of evolution which was later elaborated in Comte's evolutionary scheme. So according to 3 stages of evolution, the society passed through 3 stages: the primitive stage, the intermediary and the scientific. The primitive is basic or elementary, scientific is very developed society, and intermediary is between the primitive and scientific. He conceived these stages as progressing from the theological through metaphysical and arrive ultimately to the perfection of positive reasoning. Here theological means religious or the study of nature of God, metaphysical is reality or truth, and positive reasoning is the sensible way or thoughtful way of thinking or logical way of thinking. Next is William Graham Sumner. He is called social Darwinist. Next is Marx, Engels and L.H. Morgan. The evolutionary approach to social development, they said all society went through a fixed stage of development, each succeeding the other from savagery through barbarism to civilization. Marx and Engels maintained that each stage of civilization, such as feudalism, prepared the ground for the next. It contained within itself the seed of its own destruction and would inevitably be succeeded by that stage next higher on the scale of evolution. Savagery is a primitive stage where violence is there, and barbarism is the absence of culture or it's an extreme brutality. Next is Emile Durkheim. For Emile Durkheim, the most important dimension of society was the degree of specialization. As he called it, the division of labor. Durkheim distinguishes 2 main types of society on the basis of this division of labor. The first based on mechanical solidarity and the second on organic solidarity. Mechanical solidarity means it is a less complex society and there is a social cohesion and integration between individuals. People are connected through similar work, education, lifestyle and religious activity. Organic solidarity is an advanced society and it's an industrialized society. So Durkheim believed that this second type always evolved from and succeeded the first as the degree of specialization, the division of labor increased. Next is Ferdinand Tönnies' views of Gemeinschaft and Gesellschaft. Gemeinschaft and Gesellschaft are the German term, is a German word that means community and society. So Tönnies' Gemeinschaft type of society correspond quite well to Durkheim mechanical solidarity and the second Gesellschaft to organic solidarity. Robert Redfield, who elaborated on the contrast between folk and urban society, explained the same basic idea of social type suggested by Durkheim and Tönnies. Talcott Parsons also viewed social changes as a process of social evolution from simple to more complex form of society. The next is William Ogburn stressed the role of invention in social changes. Here, role of invention means role of technology. He gave the famous concept of cultural lag, which state that changes in our non-material culture, like our ideas and social arrangements, always lag behind in the material culture, like technology and the invention. So ideas always lag behind the technology. Next is Oswald Spengler and Arnold J. Toynbee, and their books are Decline of the West and Study of History. They are the cyclic theorists. Toynbee propounded the theory of challenge and response, which means that those who can cope up with the changing environment survive, and those who cannot, they die. So this is the challenge and response theory by Toynbee. And cyclic theory of change, and it is sometimes called as rise and fall theory, presumes that social phenomenon of whatever sort recur again and again exactly as they were before in cyclic fashion. P.A. Sorokin, in book Social and Cultural Dynamic, he propounded the theory, pendular theory of social change, in which he considered the course of history to be continuous, though irregular, fluctuating between the two basic kind of culture, the sensate and the ideational through the idealistic culture. Sensate is the perceived through sense, ideational is the formation of idea or concept, and idealistic is aiming for perfection. According to him, culture oscillates between the 2 points like pendulum of a clock. The pendulum of culture swings from sensate pole and led toward the ideational pole through the middle pole called idealistic culture, which is a mixed form of sensate and ideational culture, a somewhat stable mixture of faith, reason and senses as a source of truth. Next is Wilfredo Paretos. In his theory of circulation of elite, the major change in society occurs when one elite replaces another, a process Pareto calls its circulation of elite. They decay in a quality and lose their vigor. According to Marx, history ultimately leads to the end with the communist utopia, whereas history to Pareto is a never-ending circulation of elite. Utopia is an imagined place or a state or things in which everything is perfect. The state where the world is free of conflict, hunger and unhappiness. Next is functionalism. It is a very new approach of study of society developed mainly as a reaction of evolutionism. The critics of evolutionism advocated that there was no use to know the first appearance of any item of culture and social behavior. They call it fruitless quest of origin. One of the most significant assumptions of functionalists is that society is comprised of functionally interdependent part or a system as a whole. G. Homan, in one of his articles Bringing Men Back, stressed that dominant characteristic in the functionalist model is an inherent tendency towards stability. That means society may change, but it remains stable through new form of integration. Talcott Parsons' moving equilibrium theory, which suggests changes occur in one part of society, there must be adjustment in other part. If this does not occur, the society's equilibrium will be disturbed and the strain will occur. So this process of social change can therefore be thought as a moving equilibrium. Now Marxism theory. Marxism theory rests on this fundamental assumption that changes in economic infrastructure of society are the prime mover of social change. For Marx, society consists of two structures, infrastructure and superstructure. The infrastructure consists of force of production and relation of production, and superstructure consists of those features of social system such as legal, ideological, political, religious institution which serve to maintain the infrastructure and which are molded by it. According to Marx, productive force constitute means of production, modes of production. Means of production include natural resources, land, labor, raw material, machine, tools, and other instrument of production. And mode of production includes techniques of production, mental and moral habit of human being. Both and their level of development determine the social relation of production, that is production relation. And the three proposition of Karl Marx was thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. So Marx viewed the class struggle and transition from one social system to another as a dialectical process in which the ruling class aimed as a thesis evoked its negation, antithesis in the challenger class, and thus to synthesis through revolutionary transformation resulting in the higher organization of element from the old order. Here thesis is an intellectual proposition in the beginning, antithesis is the negation of the thesis or a critical perspective on it, and synthesis is the two conflicting ideas and are described to form a new proposition. So these three propositions in which one idea is followed by second idea that negates the first, and the conflict between the first and second idea resolved by the third idea. So these are the very important points. You must go through the previous paper, and many questions were asked from social change theory. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, comment